Hello, Matthew Armstrong here with another quick update on my Polyphasic Uberman sleep study experiment. And just completed 10 days, so now I'm moving into day 11, and all was going great up until the night of day 9. And I thought I'd adapted by then. I thought I'd pretty much cracked it. I thought, okay, this is it, another day, and I've totally adapted to this. I had cut my sleep down to less than 3 hours a night, and that was going well. And I was getting to sleep during the daytime. Whenever it was my 20-minute naps, I was getting to sleep no problem. The only one I was still having a little bit of trouble with was the 9 o'clock nap. I was just maybe nodding off for a few minutes on that one. But other than that, everything was going great. And then on that night, for whatever reason, well, I know what the reason is, I slept through my first 1 a.m. I went to sleep at 1 a.m. and slept for a couple of, I was supposed to sleep for 20 minutes, I slept for a couple of hours. Don't know how that happened. And then I got up really annoyed with myself, and then my 5 o'clock one was almost right around the corner, so then I thought, well, I want to keep with the schedule. I don't want to miss a nap, and because I think that screws things up even more. So I went for my 5 o'clock, and I didn't even think I was going to get to sleep. I was feeling totally wide awake because I had a couple of hours, and went for my 5 o'clock nap, and woke up at just after 8 o'clock, so another couple of hours sleep that I got. So annoyed with myself for that happening, and I had actually got up, turned my alarm off, and got back into bed again. Totally unconsciously, wasn't conscious of doing it at all, don't remember it, but I must have done, because the alarm had come to the side where I was sleeping, and I was lying there asleep. So I got up and turned it off, went back to sleep again with no knowledge of it whatsoever. So that was really annoying, because then that really kind of puts back, it's like taking a step backwards in adaptation. It prolongs it really. So I put some strategies in place so that won't happen again, just for these next few nights anyway. What I'm doing is I'm sleeping, because usually in the daytime I sleep in the bed in the room, but my 2 sleeps at night, the 1 a.m. and 5 a.m, I usually sleep in the living room, because I don't want to wake Victoria with my alarm. But for these next few nights, she's been very supportive, and she is going to make sure that I get out of bed after my 1 a.m. and my 5 a.m. after my 20 minutes. So I've got the alarm on the other side of the room, and when I wake up, I go up, turn it off. She just makes sure I don't get back in the bed again. And so that worked fine last night. There's no problem. But I think I'm actually through that, and it was just like hitting this threshold, We have these thresholds of the mind, like we have physical thresholds of pain. We can actually get past that and increase our threshold through various practices. And then with our mind, our mental state and everything, we've got thresholds. We've got thresholds of what we can take, what we can, our limits. But these limits can be pushed. They're just thresholds. We can break through them. And that's what I believe. I'd reached a threshold on the end of day 9. And it was an unconscious thing, and the unconscious mind was just like, no, that's as far as we go here. I'm just going to turn you off. And that's what it did. But so I had a good talking with my unconscious mind, and let it know that I had nothing to fear, and we were going to break through no matter what. And we were just going to keep going. And once it knows that, it goes okay, and then it kind of surrenders to the fact that it's going to be changing. It's going to be changing its frequency, and that's what happens when you break through to a new threshold. You break through that threshold to a new level of being. Then it's a new frequency. Really, you're on a new frequency. Your frequency changes, and that's what I believe. I got to that threshold, and my unconscious mind shut me down. And now, I believe putting those strategies in place, doing some good internal self-talk with my unconscious mind, and broken through that, I believe. So we shall see with these next few nights, but feeling really good now, and feeling very positive about the whole experience, because I do feel like I've broken through to a new level. that's about it. Christmas tree up, very festive. What I do in the middle of the night if I start to get tired, I just go for a walk in the fresh air, just go outside. Nice starry night, quite crisp and cold, so it just wakes me up. That's about it. Eat light during the night. That's about it. If you are going to try this or do this sort of experiment or try any sort of polyphasic sleeping or anything, just a few safety things is probably good to do. Is especially in the adaptation period, it's best not to drive your vehicle or operate heavy machinery or anything like that. Might not be such a good idea if you're an air traffic controller or something, so just things like that, simple things where you might fall asleep. You don't want to be doing anything that could prove to be dangerous when you're doing that. But that's about it. Everything else, it's people say it's dangerous and everything, but as long as you're of sound health and you're sane in the mind, and you're not going to go out going on a long distance drive or something in your fifth day, you're going to be totally fine. But as always, it's good to check things out with your health professional as well. That's about it. I'll keep updating you and letting you know how it's going. But like I said, feeling very positive about it right now, and I do feel like I've pushed past the toughest bits of it. And it was pretty tough quite a number of times over the last 10 days. But I feel that it's going well now. Okay, my name is Matthew Armstrong. Make sure you tune in next time.